IELTS Life Skills A1 Spouse Visa Test.
Hello everyone, this is Angelina. I'm an IELTS coach and a language trainer, and I welcome you back to the series of lessons for the preparation of IELTS A1 Life Skills Speaking and Listening Test. This video can be extremely useful for candidates who are preparing for IELTS B1 Life Skills as well. So here is a list of 50 to 60 important topics. Click here and get to learn all those important topics. Well, today's topic is a little different and I have not prepared that topic. So today we're going to talk about life in your country. This is a recent exam topic. The examiner told candidate A to ask questions from candidate B about life in your country. This means that this topic is very popular in the year 2023. The examiner can ask you about life in the village, life in the town, life in the countryside, life in your country, or even life in the city. So you should be prepared what kind of questions you can ask a person about life anywhere, even life in your hometown. So be prepared. Whenever you want to talk about life somewhere, you are concerned. You're talking about people. What do people do there? What do people like to eat there? How do people celebrate different festivals in your country, right? So you can ask all these questions. I will try to help you out with some questions that you can ask another candidate about life in your country. We'll also talk about some answers of the same questions too. So stick with me till the end of the video and get to learn all the answers and questions for this very important recent exam topic. Question number 1. You have to ask a person, where do you come from? Yeah? Then that person would tell you the name of their country. For example, what's the name of your country? And that person would tell you the name of his or her country. You can ask the person, how's life in your country? Do you have big universities in your country? Do you have hardworking people in your country? How's the weather in your country? Do you have good amusement spots in your country? You can also ask, how many provinces do you have in your country? But if you're mainly concerned about asking about life in your country, so then keep asking, do people speak different languages in your country? Do people celebrate different festivals in your country? Do people celebrate religious festivals in your country? Do people enjoy their weekends in your country? Do people usually travel by public transport in your country? Do people like to go to restaurants on weekends in your country? Do people like to go shopping on weekends in your country? What kinds of houses do people like to live in your country? What kind of food do people enjoy eating in your country? What kind of clothes do people like to wear in your country, right? What kind of activities do people like to do on holiday in your country? What kind of music do people like to listen to in your country? What kind of dances do people enjoy in your country? What kind of desserts people like to eat in your country? So there are so many questions you can ask a person about their country and lifestyle of people in the country, because clothing, what people eat, what people do on different holidays, do people celebrate different national holidays in your country, right? Do people celebrate public holidays in your country? Do people watch films in your country? Do people go to cinemas to watch films in your country, right? Do people like to go to concerts in your country? There are so many questions that you can ask a person about life in your country. Do you understand that? You can ask about the places people like to go, the weather that is in the city, what kind of clothes people like to wear, what kind of food people like to eat, what occasions do people celebrate. So you can talk about all these points and ask all these questions from candidate B about life in their country. Let's answer these questions about life in your country. Starting off with, I will just give you some answers and we'll try to adjust those questions there. Life in my country is very interesting. People from different parts of the world live in my country, right? People with different languages, different religions, and even different cultures live in my country. People love to celebrate religious festivals and also national holidays in my country. There are many amusement parks and amusement spots or places for fun or places for entertainment in my country. So that's why people love to enjoy their weekends. They go to those places with their friends and family on weekends. In my country, the weather is very different in the north of the country, where there are lots of hills and mountains, but in the south of the country, the weather is pretty normal. People like to wear traditional clothes in my country. Most of the people wear the traditional dress in my country. Some people like to wear Western dress in my country too. Official language of my country is English, so most of the people speak in English in my country. You can also talk about different educational facilities in your country. So you can say life in my country is busy in some parts, as there are many good educational facilities in my country, and there are many tourist spots in my country too. Employment opportunities in my country are little low, as most of the youngsters are unemployed. Most of the youngsters do not have a lot of jobs. People in my country love to live in big houses and they love to own beautiful, expensive cars. People like to travel by car. Most of the people have cars, but people who do not have a lot of money and they don't have their own cars, they like to travel by public transport. Public transport in my country is very affordable. It is not very expensive. People can easily travel from one place to another using the public transport.